Hi, so we are going to look at volume of prisms and cylinders today. And the reason we're going to do those two together is if you take a look at your formula chart, and you can see I've taken a picture of it here, that prisms and cylinders actually have the exact same formula to find the volume. So to find the volume for a prism or cylinder, the formula is V equals BH. Let's talk about what those two things are. Obviously, V stands for the volume. The big B, just like in surface area, stands for the area of the base. And then H stands for the height of the prism or of the cylinder. So we're going to find the area of the base and multiply it by, the height. We're going to talk about the pyramid and the cone and the sphere later. All right, so just like our steps were with surface area and really with area and perimeter, we're going to start by drawing a picture if one is not already drawn, write the formula, substitute and solve, and lastly, just make sure you have a label. I want to also make sure everybody understands what volume is. Volume is different than surface area. Remember, surface area is like the label or the wrapping paper around a 3D shape. Volume is the capacity inside. So here there's a picture of an aquarium. The volume is not going to be the glass that makes up the aquarium, but the volume is the water inside the aquarium. So it's filling up the aquarium. So that's the difference between surface area and volume for a 3D. So like we've talked about before, the formula, that's what it's talking about up here, is the big B times the height. So like here we have a triangular pyramid or prism, and here we have a rectangular prism. So for each of these, we would take the area of the base, the big B, and multiply it by the height. Here I've got one quick example to find the volume of the prism shown, which this is a triangular prism. So we're going to start with our formula, which is big BH. So the big B is the area of the base. Well, the base is a triangle, and if it helps, you can come out to the side and actually draw your base. That might help you some. So we need to find the area of this triangle. Well, to find the area of a triangle, it's 1/2 BH. So 1/2 right here times 8 times 6, so all that's in blue, that is the area of the base, times the height of your prism, which is 13. And since you get to use your calculator, we would plug all those numbers in, multiply everything together, and you'd end up with 12. All right, here is an example for a cylinder. Remember that again, we have our area of our base, which this time our base will always be a circle. And to find the area of a circle, it's pi r squared. So you could say that to find the area or the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times h. That's what you're going to do every single time. And you'll do pi whatever it tells you to, whether 3, 3.14, leaving in terms of pi, 22/7, whatever the case is. All right, so we start with our formula, V equals BH, or pi r squared h. Plug everything in. This time it does tell us to leave it in terms of pi. So we're going to go ahead and plug in 9 for your radius, 4 for your height, and multiply. So we end up with 320 pi. All right, let's try here. We're going to try these 3 quick examples. So here I have a rectangular prism. So it's big BH. I like to kind of add a little step and actually write what my base is. My base is a rectangle, and to find the area of a rectangle, we do length times width. So we're going to do length times width times height, which would be 8 times 10 times 3. Multiply all those together, and we end up with 240 meters cubed. This is cubed because volume is capacity. It is the three-dimensional measurement. All right, let's try this one. So we've got V equals big BH. This time your base is a triangle, so I'm going to go ahead and do big B as 1/2 BH times H. Now notice I've got 2 H's here, and they are not the same number. The first H is the height of the triangle. The second is the height of the prism. So you want to make sure you keep those two things straight. So this first BH is the base and height of your triangle. So that would be 6 times 9. Then we're going to multiply it times 4, which is the height of your prism. All right, so let's see here. Half of 6 is 3, 3 times 7, or 3 times 9 is 27, and lastly we've got 27 times 4, which would be 108 yards cubed. Perfect. And lastly, V equals BH. This time your base is pi r squared because it is a circle. Let's go ahead and just use pi equals 3 for this case. So I'm going to plug in 3. Your radius is 5 and your height is 15. So we've got 3 times 25 times 15. And I'm going to use my calculator and plug those in. And that would equal 1,125 feet cubed. Perfect. So very similar to surface area where you want to make sure you follow all your steps, plug in all the right places. And that's all we've got. Good luck, you guys.